A new investigation alleges that some of Mexico's largest tequila brands are laundering money for drug cartels. In defense of the tequila companies, a lot of them probably started out legitimate and were coerced into doing so. Jalisco is like the hub for cartel activity. I'm sure the big boys like Patron just pay them off to leave them alone. I know for a fact they have armed guards transporting their tankers full of juice that ship out of the distillery. I think tons of people seriously don't understand the complexity of cartels and their finances. They usually relate all of that with drugs, but an article about 2 years ago showed how cartels shifted from drugs like marijuana, already legal in most USA, and other drugs, to other stuff like piracy, Chinese steel, pawn shops, motels, etc. Because those exist in a legal gray area, they move tons of cash hard to track. Ahem. Duh. When the first word of the article is spelled wrong, you've lost me. Wait until they find about the avocados. Or the palm oil. Or any other agricultural industry in Mexico. Yeah, no shit. Anyone who has ever had to do business in Mexico, with Mexican firms, understands money laundering, or has been paying even the slightest bit of attention for the past 20 plus years. I imagine they don't have much choice. Mexico is pretty run by cartels at this point. It's sad to hear about stories like this for my family. My dad and uncles have dedicated the last 10 plus years of their life to planting and selling the agave plant in their hometown in Jalisco. It's sad that one of the last honest investment options for farmers is being tainted by the cartels. Here's a photo a cousin took of me in December. This agave is part of a 2-year-old parcel. Agave field, https://imager.com/a/nmc9fkq. The answer is, 1. The question is, how many people are surprised by this news? Well, it's probably do that or they kill you and your family and then they'll put someone in charge who'll just do it for them anyway. We all know how cartels took over legitimate Mexican businesses. Marty Bird would approve. If someone came up to me and said, do what I tell you or we'll kidnap your family, cut their faces off and behead them, and then show you the video before doing the same to you, I would acquiesce to their demands. Who isn't laundering money for them? Is that why these tequila companies end up being really overvalued? I've noticed this a trend this past decade. THRE. That doesn't sound like the Mexican drug cartels that I know. When PPL say most of Mexico is corrupt, they aren't lying. What they failed to take into account is intimidation. I'm sure the tequila places are doing this under duress. PPL forget cartels are better funded than the Mexican military, so PPL often don't have the choice of saying no to them. American drug addicts directly fund terroristic cartels. The addicts get high, the terroristic cartels get rich, and the Mexican populace gets killed. You mean like the world banks? How is this news? So are the avocado farms, but that doesn't stop you from stuffing your face with guacamole. US banks are laundering money for the cartels. The cartels that exist because of the war on drugs. Change the system. I doubt it's voluntary. Just legalize drugs already and kick the cartels to the side. Try making a profit when it's free. Wow, I thought everyone knew this already. Super old news. Have you been to Cancun? The entire tourism industry there is likely laundering money. This isn't new news, this is just another update. Yesterday it was a taco stand or restaurant that only accepts cash. Wink wink. Today it's a tequila brand that's laundering money. Tomorrow it will be a petting zoo. Why do I want to say welda? End the drug war now. I love how the DEA will work with the Mexican government in order to tackle the root cause of cartel power, but the US won't just simply decriminalize a few drugs that would essentially hurt cartels significantly more. A thriving US black market for drugs is a lifeline to cartels. Newsflash. It really took an investigation to figure that one out. Well, yeah, they are made to. Cartels literally make them launder money or burn their crop to grow the cartels. /r/nah shit Sherlock. I imagine the meeting went a lot like this: launder this money for us or we will kill you and your family. Legalize, decriminalize drugs. offer rehab instead of incarceration. Portugal did. Wait till I tell you about olive oil and the Italian mafia. https://www. Reuters.com/article/us Italy crime food /Italian police break mafia ring exporting fake olive oil to USID USKBN 1602 BD. Every small town also seems to have a new distillery of some sorts also. This is shocking/s. Duh. But black dynamite. I sell drugs to the community. The drug war created the drug cartels of today. All we have to do is end the drug war, that's it. This is not at all surprising. Mexican journalist Anibal Hernandez has uncovered that pretty much every large industry in Mexico is involved in the drug trade. We're not talking about being coerced, but about being willing participants and applying high-level entrepreneur skills to profit generously. She currently lives in hiding in Italy due to all the threats to her life. This is one of her books, https://www. Amazon.com/Narcoland Mexican Lords Their Godfathers/DP/17816829868, available in English. It's an eye-opener. Just like real estate companies, car dealerships, mattress stores, and laundromats in the US, legalize drugs. Defund the cartels. Money laundering is a ridiculous law. Look, if you can't stop a drug cartel from making $5 billion cash selling highly controlled substances, you're definitely not going to stop them from making use of that cash. Anti-money laundering laws just give law enforcement agencies a justification to spy on everyone's private financial transactions, without a warrant. If there's a problem with drug cartels making use of billions in illicit cash, the solution is stop them from making that money in the first place. Target the actual crime, not the second-order effects of that crime. Nah. Shocker. How dare they? That's the job of the investment banks. Shocked_PKChu, JPEG. Cartel kills ya or pays ya get rich or die trying. What a bullshit article. The headline is not supported by the content of the article. r/nah shit Sherlock. I'm Mexican and not surprised at all. You'd be surprised what US companies and governments do the same. If you're at all surprised by this. No. I don't believe it. I'm sure they're doing it willingly. Drug cartels are super nice and easy to work for. Sarcasm. They don't really have a choice. The cartels tell them they are, and if they refuse they die. I knew it. How could they all survive selling the same my grandma's recipe to foreigners that get bussed over there for a tequila factory tour? Was this not previously assumed? Gasp. No what I. There's a jewelry and watch repair shop near my house. I live in a pretty good area. That shop has been there for 15 years. I have been in it 4 times. Each time for a battery. Same Asian guy. All his jewelry is cheap plastic $10 watches. He does not get customers. It's always empty. Always. Yet he still pays rent on. There's been restaurants and sell shops that are busy and they go broke and leave. I've always believed that's a money laundering business. Selling illegal drugs sounds like selling legal drugs with extra steps. Or vice versa, it's late. If you buy something made in Mexico, chances are pretty good you've directly funded a cartel. There are 3 types of business which are guaranteed to have been involved in money laundering at some point. 1. Businesses which produce a lot of exports to US from Mexico. 2. Businesses which produce high value, easy to transport merchandise. 3. Businesses whose intrinsic value is tied to their Mexican origin. These 3 features are why avocados, tequila, and gold are all key ways Mexican cartels launder their money into the US. Not surprised, it's not like they have much choice. The cartels are fucking terrifying, you don't want to oppose them. And the CIA is probably helping.